James Limborg here. Yeah, I'm sitting here. Just got out of bed. Was pretty difficult taking the blanket and whipping it off myself. Just before I got out of bed, it caught on a hangnail. As I'm walking slowly into the bathroom to put water on my face, I started to recall last night. I saw a UFO. I got a call last night from Paul Johnson from the UFO Foundation for Foundations, and he wanted to meet me down at the Brayberry Patch, a real secluded area there, and wanted to discuss what I saw. And I told him I'd meet him down there, but it sounded kind of fishy. Paul?
Jim, I'm so sorry to bother you tonight. I know you're tired.
Yeah, well, let's get on with it.
Please tell us your story, will you?
Get that gun out of my ribs and I'll tell you.
Okay, we'll make this a peaceful encounter. I heard you and your brother were up on the lake a couple nights ago. Is that true?
Yeah, what of it?
Well, we have some press releases from various news organizations across the United States that have claimed, and I'm here to corroborate their story, that you and your brother
were on a lake fishing in Tennessee, up in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
And the contention is that you and your brother were...
Yes, we were.
abducted by aliens. Is that true, sir?
No, not abducted, but we did see a ship.
Okay, well, that's why we're here, isn't it? To conduct an investigation of scientific proportions that will...
What do you want?
What did you see, Mr. Limborg?
Well, let me tell you. It's still haunting me. I was walking on crackly ground. Crackle, 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 it sounded like. And yes, there was a house. Stop looking at me like that. What I saw, no man can handle seeing. Not even me. It was big and beastly. Oh, the doors opened. Oh, then they shut. Oh. Oh.
Now, wasn't John, your brother, there with you that night?
I'm dialing his number now. Hello, John? Yeah, hey, can you tell the UFO guy here, Paul Johnson, what you saw last night? We got to get him off our back.
Okay, you guys, you got to check this out. This is what actually really happened.
Thanks, John.
Me and my buddy Sean, we were sitting out in the boat. We get out in the middle of Gull out there in Gull Lake, northern Minnesota, and the northern lights were really beautiful. We were sitting there watching the northern lights, and it was getting late, probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I happened to look up over those one horizon, and I seen like a shooting star, and I was like, okay, that's pretty neat. So we sat there and fished some more, and yeah, we kept looking in the sky, and all of a sudden, out appeared over the top of the ski mountain, which is over by Ski Gull, comes this big, massive machine that hovered by itself and had spinning lights around the outside and 3 beams coming out of the bottom. And the ship covered at least a half of a square mile and comes over this mountain and comes over the top of the lake and sits over the top of the lake as the boat was totally surrounded. The 3-foot waves we were battling for fishing totally disappeared and became like helicopter waves, where broken up the waves. The boat was shaking and stuff, and all the electronics on the boat were just not working. My graph kept flashing at me and doing weird things, and sat there for a while, and all of a sudden, with a flick of your finger, there was nothing left there. It was gone. It was back to clear sky again. There was nothing there. So we sat there, and we were both in amazement of what we just saw. We were just like, geez, that was just unbelievable. So we sat there for a while and we kept fishing, and we were just talking about the big deal that we just went through. It was like, that was just so phenomenal. And then we looked off into the horizon and we see 3 little stars, and they zipped together and made one star, and then flew off in an upward direction and disappeared totally into total darkness of the atmosphere. It was just unbelievable what we just saw. It was just totally great. And at that point in time, the northern lights disappeared. But after that happened, the northern lights came back, and it was one of the most beautiful reds and greens, and it was just awesome. You would have just loved it, but to this day, it just scares me just to think about what I just got done seeing with my buddy Sean. And he tells all his friends, and I tell all mine, and I don't think to this day anybody will probably really believe what we just got done seeing. But anyway, thank you for calling me and giving me a chance to do an interview on the phone here and letting you know my experience that I had with what I would consider UFO. Thank you, and have a good day.
Dun 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 dun. I thought it was a rather weird conversation with Paul. I headed home in my car and got back in my house and once again washed my face. This time as I lied down on the bed, blanket didn't catch my hangnail. James Limborg here. Dun dun.
You are my friend. You are with me, and we will die together. Jim is the only one that knows. You are the only one that can realize in my life all the demons climb out of the ground and come out of the wood. And they call them children of the corn, but they're not. They're children of the pine trees.